business. You shouldn't start a business without collecting the data first and knowing what the customer wants instead of guessing what the customer wants or assuming that the customer wants exactly what you want, because you find yourself with boxes and boxes of clothes and inventory because you thought this is what the people wanted. And so if you don't know what to sell, but you have data that you've collected from people, then you can ask the people what to sell.
Before we get started, just kind of sharing like where we were, how we actually started Activate Your Vision, was just creating those YouTube videos. Honestly, we was looking at God is Dope. That was the person that was, that was on YouTube creating videos. And honestly, they had stopped making videos for some reason that we didn't know. And basically, we was like, dang, we don't got nobody else to watch, to follow. And so we became those people. And so we got on YouTube and we started creating those videos for other people to follow and see what we was doing and what was working for us. Not knowing that it was going to become what we see right here today. We did not know that we'd be doing this right here when we first started that YouTube channel. But as we continued to grow, the feedback that we got from y'all, I remember Gary being on first videos, seeing Malik on first videos, you know what I mean? Commenting on YouTube videos before we even had this that we doing. We remember that. And so going from those YouTube videos, we were like, all right, we growing our brand, but we want to continue to create this community. We want to continue to be able to put into other people. And so we started to do like ebooks, you know what I mean? And that was great. We put all our information, we started making it digital. We was able to give people resources, but we wasn't really working with them directly or, actually getting to talk to them. So it was still like, I would say, a void for us. And we still, we like being outside. We like interacting with people. We like having fun. And so now we started to learn a little bit more. We started to do different workshops. And then there we took it like, hey, we got to create some type of, mentorship program or coaching program where we could really work with these people and give them the things that they need. And that's how the inner circle started. Literally started with us, texting Zoom links. So think about that now, like you just getting a text. Customer service was like a text that you ain't get a text back. So like we really transformed this operation that y'all seeing right now from having a platform to being able to, access all those videos. It's all being in one place. And that's from, you guys giving us the motivation to continue to improve this community by y'all working just as hard as we working to make it happen. Like coming and seeing, me coming there every week, what I say? What's the first thing I say?
Share your wins.
Share your wins. And then hearing small wins. I did $100. I got my first product today. Like that motivates us because now we are really impacting people directly. And it's not just us sitting behind a camera where they don't have nobody out there and making a video directly for views. Like we know we're going to impact people, but really we want views. This is real. That's why the views are there, because we really talking to y'all directly and y'all feel the energy, and people that's watching the videos could feel the energy. So I just want y'all to understand the mindset and what we really creating right now. I told y'all at the beginning when we started, this stock was low, like 10 cents. I think we approaching $1 right now. Don't miss the opportunity, or don't miss the moment, or don't take it for granted. Don't think that, everything just gonna be good forever. Like you have to take, you got the opportunity now, and you got to take it now. You can't say next year. You got to do it today. It's things that y'all heard or things that you need to be doing that you still not executing on. And whose fault is that? It's not nobody's fault but yours. Just because you show up to the class don't mean you're gonna see success. We all went to school. We all graduated. Some of us graduated from high school. Some of us graduated from college. Some of us may not have finished, but it don't matter because learning happens every day in the real world. All right, so I just wanted to get started with that before we bring these gems on, because we got the data guy. Globalpreneur, and what's the data you got going? What is it called?
Data over dollars.
Data
over
dollars.
dollars. I'm a globalpreneur. That's a word I created. I feel like everybody that's an entrepreneur, a lot of people I ran into these past couple of years on my entrepreneurial journey, they just wanted to be an entrepreneur. They wanted to do entrepreneur stuff in the city or state that they was in, and they were just cool with doing that. And so I transformed that entrepreneur word to globalpreneur, so that way we can realize that it's bigger than where you at. It's the whole world. You shouldn't be just chasing dollars. Like dollars is just U.S. currency. So you can chase pounds in the UK. If it worked here in the US, it will work in the UK. If it works here in the US, it'll work in Brazil. So you can get the reals. You know what I'm saying? You can get whatever currency is in that particular country or continent, start striving for that so you can really get all the money and not just the dollars. So that's what a globalpreneur comes in. It's like I saw a lot of businesses, mom and pops, in a lot of cities and states, because when I'm traveling to different cities and states, I'm always traveling with an open mind. And if I see a strategy that's working in one city or state, I know it'll work in mine. You know what I'm saying? And so if I see an industry that's banging in one city or state, I can take that idea and take it to a whole nother city and state that's never even heard of it. Because everything isn't being done everywhere. So you can actually expand your brand or take an idea to another city and state and win. That's how I created the Kolache Shack. That's how I do everything. I just look and see what everybody else is doing and add my little piece to
And
it.
I want to really dial in that data over dollars. Like, can you explain that? Like, what that means at a real foundational standpoint when you getting your brand started? Because like a lot of us right now, you know, we have a couple people, you know, doing $1,000 a month, a couple people doing $5,000 a month, a couple people doing 10,000 and plus. But you know, we all cracking to chase $1 million in 1 month.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you've been able to do over 100 million in sales. So what is the foundational piece of that data over dollars?
The data over dollars piece is continuing the conversation after the transaction. Like a lot of people, they tell you everything you need to hear in person when they're trying to get some money from you. You know what I'm saying? And then after they get the money, they don't say nothing to you. They start going to count the bread. You know what I'm saying? And when you over in the corner counting the bread after that wonderful day you had, instead of counting the data, that you can, you know, that's going to allow you to talk to the customers again and tell the customers what to do again, even after that transaction. I just think that's way more important than just going to count the money. You know, because you count the money one time and, you know, you spend it, invest it, whatever. But the data, you count it and it's yours forever. And you get a chance to take that data with you. I'm a founder of all my brands. I don't really care about titles and stuff. You know, when I start businesses and brands, I always go into it with a founder mindset. And if you're the founder of your company, then you want to be able to grow your data and protect your data as if your life depended on it, just like you would protect your money. And so sometimes people give everybody access to their data. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I keep my data close to me like it's the bank, like it's my bank account. You know, I don't give everybody access to it because once you have it, you can do anything with it. So you can be the Amazon of your industry. You know, it's the reason why we all know who Jeff Bezos is. We ain't never met him. It's because he got our data already. You know, it's because we've been getting transactions or been communicating with him automatically via email and text without even meeting him, but he's selling everything from A to Z. And so he's able to sell everything from A to Z because he collected the data. You know, before he started his brand or when he started his brand, I read this book called The Jewish Phenomenon. I suggest everybody read it. I started reading it when Kyrie and everybody, you know, had all the Jewish stuff going on. I'm like, man, instead of being mad at people, I want to learn from them. If they in charge of stuff, I want to learn what they doing right. And so if you read The Jewish Phenomenon, I remember reading in that book. In that book, it said, sell everything until you can sell one thing. Just sell everything, because they don't have a mindset of going to get a job. You know what I'm saying? The mindset is entrepreneurship. That's what the mindset is. The mindset is not like get a job, chill, relax, career, forever. No, it's like get a job and then work towards entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is the goal. And so if you don't know what to sell, but you have data that you've collected from people, then you can ask the people what to sell. They go tell you what to sell. That's how you should start any business. You shouldn't start a business without collecting the data first and knowing what the customer wants instead of guessing what the customer wants or assuming that the customer wants exactly what you want, because you find yourself with boxes and boxes of clothes and inventory because you thought this is what the people wanted. And it's all because you didn't ask the people what they wanted. And so when we started She's Happy Hair, it's for anybody in the hair industry. You can't jump into any industry and just get everything in the inventory. You know, and that's what a lot of entrepreneurs do. They jump into business and they feel like they need to invest into all the stock and all the inventory. And then now you're sitting on 12 to 40 inch bundles because nobody wants 12 to 40 inches. They only want 18 to 22. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't know that, if you haven't retrieved that data from the customers, then you ordering all type of stuff and wondering why your money's sitting in inventory instead of marketing or branding or advertising or promotion, because it's all in your inventory. It's all in the stuff that's collecting dust on your shelves, you know? So I think the data, I mean, it goes deeper than that. You know, the data over dollars is life-changing for us. I know that when I say data over dollars, we only think about going to get the bag in our community. That's all we think about. Man, I'm finna go get the bag. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Wake up, go get this bag. And I don't want people waking up to go get the bag. I want people waking up, logging in, making it, creating it, and generating the money online. You know, I don't want us risking our life fighting through traffic, putting clothes on, brushing your teeth. I don't want to teach us that because it's a new way of making money. And if you're getting money the old way your grandparents was, you're going to get the grandparents' results. I don't want to make the money my grandparents made. I want to make the money Jeff Bezos making. I want to try to go to space with him and Elon and them, you know what I'm saying? And so in order to do that, you just got to make the right decisions, collect the right data, and monetize it, you know, to the best of your ability. And I think that if you're not making money online and all you doing is waking up, going to get the bag, my way of forcing you to get online is by introducing you to data. You know, you already know how to make money. You making money in the oxygen world, you the man, you putting money to your ear. Okay, now let's transform that hustle and take it online. And so the only way to take it online is to educate people on data collection. Because once they get the data, you got to do something with it. You know what I'm saying? Once I teach you how to collect it, all the growth hacks, all the strategies, once you get all that data, you'll be like, all right, what am I supposed to do with it? And so now you're forced to learn how to make money online. And so if we do that, then our whole family trees will change. Everybody start collecting data on your family tree. Y'all start having data collection contests because the more data we collect, the more money we make. You know what I'm saying? And so if your whole family tree got a whole life of data collection every day, they going out, they talking to people, they not just introducing themselves to people and communicating with them verbally, but they introducing themselves to people and staying connected with them. Just like y'all are connected to the community here. You know, it's important to not meet somebody one time. I don't think life is supposed to be where we just see you one time and then keep it moving. I want to see you one time and then take you with me on whatever that journey is. You know, I'm a comedian. I did comedy, right? Artists, when I think about artists, you know, a lot of people go on these tours and they go around and get paid to hit the stage. Still, data over dollars, right? They get paid to hit the stage. They go out, they book busy, they up there doing their thing, put your hands in there, wave, like all that, right? But nobody's collecting data. If I'm a comedian, then I don't want to just get paid to get up here and tell jokes. I'm going to get paid, tell jokes, and before I leave, I'm going to be like, text the word laughter to 888-11, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. So I can tell all these people to not only support me when I get out here to my booth and my table and buy my hoodies and my merch and my, you know, my jokes and all that, but even after I leave, when I'm no longer in your city, I still want you supporting me. When I come back, I want to be able to say, hey, I'm in your city again, come get a ticket. I don't want to hope that you go support me. I don't like hoping that people are going to do what I want them to do. I want to tell them what to do. And then another piece on the data side is we spend so much money on advertising, you know, to be seen, exposure, radio, TV, all that, right? But if you're not doing it for the data, you're doing it wrong. You're spending all that money to be seen one time. You're spending all that money on radio to be heard one time. But if you don't have that call to action at the end, then you're not going to be able to talk to them again. So that investment is only temporary. It's a Band-Aid investment versus a long-term investment. So if you start doing it for the data, you'll make money forever. You know what I'm saying? So it's all going back to the data. And again, if you want to be a billionaire, you got to do what the billionaires are doing. All the billionaires got data, man. Like I don't do strategies that I see everybody doing, but if I see that all the billionaires doing it, it ain't a billionaire that we know that ain't collecting data. You know what I'm saying? All of them. It ain't from Byron Smith or whatever ones Jeff Bezos, you know, Elon Musk. What he did with Twitter was legendary. We was all on Twitter for years for free. Chilling out, just tweeting, you know what I'm saying, posting, tweeting the current events, tweeting the award shows, the Super Bowls and all that for free. We wasn't doing that. I never swiped my card on Twitter. And then Elon Musk got a hold of that same data that Jack Dorsey had and he monetized it. And so I know that whatever data we collect, whatever data I collect, I'm gonna sell bundles. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sell house shoes. I'm gonna sell certain things to the data that I collect. Somebody else is gonna collect that same data and sell whatever products and services they have. And so it's not about like competition. We are competing for the same people and you gotta get the data to win. You know, he who gets the most data wins around this piece.
Man, woo. That was super high level right there. And just to bring it down a little bit, because now we got data, we making money. A lot of us, you know, start losing money. So can you maybe share a time where, you know, you was running your business and you really had to start looking at the numbers more like you was looking at the data and make decisions based off of that? And what should they be doing to make sure they're putting themselves in position to make sure that they, you know, not over leveraging themselves with cash flow inside their business?
I think, because there's a lot of brand builders in here. You know, you got logos, you got brands, you got the hoodies and stuff. I think it's important to use the digital landscape to see what the customers want instead of just ordering in bulk and putting, ordering a bunch of boxes, ordering 100 of these. You should ask the customers what they want in a digital format. So if you got a logo or a hoodie, you can put those mock images up and actually ask the customer, like, out of these 5, which one of these do you like the most? And then when that happens, you can be more intent on where you put your money. I think it's just that simple, like you shouldn't be over leveraging yourself. If you over leveraging yourself, then, you need to add team members around you. I never get stressed. I delegate a lot. I oversee a lot. I can do everything. I'm a true entrepreneur. But if I'm doing it, then what y'all doing here? You know what I'm saying? And that's not the mindset I have, but I got an amazing team. And so that allows me to just focus on the data while they focus on everything else, because everything is important. It's bigger than just the data. That's just the piece that I saw in entrepreneurship that other people wasn't talking about. Everybody talking about everything else. They talking about social media. They talking about email. They talking about all that, right? But they're not talking about the true data and how to collect it, the growth hacks, what to do with it, how to clean it, how to store it. It took me years to learn how to format these Excel spreadsheets and these CSV files and make them have the ability to upload on all my different CRMs, because every CRM is going to require a different format to upload, and so you have to study that based off your CRM, and nobody taught me that. But because back to the education side, right, I went to college. I was always in advanced placement in high school, honor classes in middle school, sites classes. I don't know if y'all know what sites classes in elementary, but sites classes in the elementary. So I always been smart, right? But the thing is, it's not about graduating and stopping. So because I learned how to learn when I went to college, I can learn. I'm learning forever. I don't have to go to college to learn now. I already did. So now I can see what I need to learn and apply it, where some people still need to learn how to learn. Some people only learn how to make money, and that's not running a business. I think if you find yourself over leveraging yourself, get you a VA, man. Get you a VA. If you don't have a VA in here in 2023, you're doing something wrong. You ain't even doing nothing wrong. You could do something righter. You know what I'm saying? So if 2024, one of your goals, if you don't have a VA already, get you one. My VA is amazing. You know what I'm saying? And you should all have somebody online that can do some of the things that either you don't want to do, or that you can't do, or your team can't do. There's things that my VA doing that nobody on my team is doing. You know what I'm saying? I think it's important to add those type of people to your team that's like-minded, that's doing some of the same things you're doing, and then whoever you add to your team, just make sure you add them to a data-driven culture. You don't want to add people to your team that don't believe in the data the way you do. You know what I'm saying? Because you want them to be you when you're not there. So it's just important to, kind of keep it moving, stay the course. And again, I don't think you should be over leveraging yourself unless you're setting goals that you can't meet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I set achievable goals. I don't over leverage myself to where I'm setting a goal and it's like I'm down on myself because I didn't make the said goal. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't set unachievable goals, and then I just focus on the team. I lean on my team.
Switching a little bit over from data to mindset, what's been some of those fundamental, transformational things that you had to go through to become the person that you had to become and become that entrepreneur? Like, can you maybe share some advice that you got that you had to take and really evaluate yourself? Like, some people, like a lot of us don't evaluate ourselves. We already assume that we right. We'll be in an argument, we'll be dead wrong, but we still pretending like we right. And so, like, how, what can you share something like that you had to go through that can maybe help us today?
Well, for one, if you surrender being right, you can find the right solution. A lot of people never find the right solution because they stand on themselves being right, and that's so wrong. You got to surrender. Like, I'm right, you wrong. You got to surrender that mindset and just come to the table with an open mind and produce the best strategies. A lot of people are leaders on their team, and some leaders only want followers. I don't like followers. I like other leaders around me. You know what I'm saying? I only like other leaders. If you're not a leader, we're probably not gonna hang out. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like followers. I like people that can lead and be great too. I want to be able to follow you too. I don't want to just you follow me and just do what I say, because if you just do what I say, then we're not gonna get the best results. I need you to do what's necessary even when I'm not there. I don't need you to have, what I call frozen leadership, where everybody's scared to move until, somebody tell them to. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's important to have that mindset of not feeling like you need to be him. when then all y'all can be him. You know what I'm saying? It should be a lot of hymns. So that's one mindset. You should be able to share space with other great people. That way y'all can do great things together. If you want to do something good, do it by yourself. You want to do something great, do it with a team. I haven't started none of my companies by myself. All the companies I have, I always lean on people around me to help, to assist. And it's always important to go get the money first. If you go get the money first and you come back and you try and tell people about how you got the money, it's an easier conversation for them to come follow your dreams. If you just come in with a vision and you just like, yeah, I'm thinking about doing this. It's like nonprofit. You know, I'm thinking about doing this nonprofit, but you ain't doing the work in the community right now. People got to see it to believe it. And if you got a vision or a dream as far as business, entrepreneurship, go get the money, go generate it. And then when you come back, you're like, man, look what I did. You know what I'm saying? And everybody gonna want to help. You know, and so when it comes to mindset shift, I grew up in the hood. I grew up on Martin Luther King Boulevard. I survived Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Anybody still on Martin Luther King
You know what I'm
Boulevard,
saying?
you know something going on.
You feel me? I'm talking about, man, like, and whatever y'all thinking, that's how I grew up. You know, pawn shops, liquor stores, crackheads by name, walking to and from school, long walk to and from school, watching boys get beat. You know what I'm saying? All that, right? So my mindset growing up was to not do what everybody else is doing. I never wanted to be like everybody else. Everybody joining gangs. I already knew if I joined the Crips, all the Bloods want to kill me. If I joined the Bloods, all the Crips want to kill me. When I got to South Park, it was like South Park and Sunnyside, and you know, it's division and stuff. So I'm the new guy. I didn't play Little League football with nobody. So nobody know how to handle me. So I'm the new guy in the neighborhood. And so I just made it my business to not claim anything, to stand on my own too. You know, because when you start claiming this and claiming that, you know, you divide yourself and you become a target. And so I think it's best to like not be like everybody else. When I do these speaking engagements at high schools and colleges, I always ask the students, like, you know, raise your hand if you plan on going to college to get a good job. Right? I'm doing that. Raise your hand if you plan on, if you went to college to get a good job, raise your hand. If you went to college to get a good job, okay. Now, raise 2 hands if you went to college to learn how to create jobs. 2 hands if you went to college. Okay, now that's the difference, right? A lot of people don't go to college. Some people do go to college to learn how to get a job. You go to college to update your resume afterwards. I did that for the first 4 to 5 years of my college experience. My last 2 years, I went to school to learn how to create jobs. Before that, I went to school. I used to learn how to get this money. I used to learn how to make more money. I used to learn how to update my resume. I want to learn this trade, get certified, so that way I can finish that, graduate or whatever, and then go update my resume and ask somebody to give me some more money and ask somebody to give me an opportunity. My mindset changed in 2007. 2007, I was like, I'm finna go to college. I'm finna learn how to create jobs. I'm not going to college to learn how to get a job. And so if you change your mindset of what it used to be or what it is now, and really start thinking about creating opportunities for everybody else, you're gonna learn different. And the way that you learn and the way that you teach the people around you what you learned and how to apply that to your brand or your business is gonna be life-changing. The things that I learned in my business and brand, everybody's not learning. So I have to come back and educate the people around me and not leave them behind because they're on my team too. You know, so you can't learn by yourself and then just keep the information up top of the head. You gotta come back and educate your team. So everybody on my team is going through what we call She's Happy Hair University. So everybody that joins the team, however you came on the team, is not how you're gonna leave. Like nobody comes on the team the same way because we all learning. And so everybody going to the training, they coming back, sharing what they learned with everybody so we can all apply what they learned, even though we wasn't in the training too, you know? And so mindset shift, better than yesterday. That's my mindset. I got that everywhere, all over my house. I got custom mirrors and stuff that say better than yesterday because that's the mindset that you gotta have. You can't want to stay the same. You have to have a better than yesterday mentality. I think I was talking to the guys yesterday. I don't hang with people. You know, you never see me with a group of people. You know what I'm saying? Every time you see me, when I called you, I was like, man, I'm coming to InvestFest. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's up, bro? I'm coming in. I just called him out the blue. I'm like, man, I'm coming to InvestFest, bro. I think I'm gonna fly out there, man. You got a ticket? You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I did. And I'm flying out there by myself because I don't need people to get better with me. You know, when I see a group of people, most of the time where I'm from, it's bad news. You know what I'm saying? And so if you're not hanging out to learn, if you're not getting better, and we're not making money, I gotta leave to go do that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all I wanna do. I wanna learn, I wanna teach, I wanna make money, I wanna get better. If we're not doing all that and it's a group of people, I'm gonna leave that group and go do it by myself. If I'm with a group of people and they doing that, we can all do it together for as long as we doing it. But the moment y'all stop, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? The moment we start shooting dice in here, you know, we hop on the Madden, we pull out the PlayStation 5, I'm out. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not what I'm on. I don't watch movies. I ain't got no Netflix account. You know what I'm saying? I used to be able to tell you exactly who led the league in rushing. You know what I'm saying? Who had the most touchdowns in college football last weekend? You know, how many points LeBron James averaged? I'm looking at my own stats now. I'm looking at my data. You know what I'm saying? That's the stats that matter to me now. I don't care about the other people's stats and stuff, you know? So when it comes to mindset shift, it's just not staying the same. And I always look for another mountain. I always look for another mountain. When I learn something, I don't stay there as if like, oh, I'm the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? I done learned it all, I'm good now. I don't, you know, kick my feet up. I don't do that. I always keep learning. I always start at the bottom of another mountain as a new student. And then I work my way up that mountain. Then I become an expert. And then I climb back down the mountain, find another mountain. So it's not about graduating to the top of the mountain. You want to graduate and keep going. A lot of people think that degrees is a license. Degrees is like a license to stop learning. But a certification, a degree is really like a certification. It's a license to learn forever. It's like you got your license to learn forever. The energy that it took you to get that degree or to learn this information and apply it, that 10,000 hours, you got to do it again in something else. You got to keep doing it. You know, keep doing it for your family tree because nobody else is doing it. You know, so mindset shift, man. Again, lastly, read the right books. Read the right books. And if you can't read, listen to them. Use the technology, man. If you don't have a library full of audio books, you're doing something wrong. You're cheating yourself. Because even if you're not going to college, that's the college right there. It's like going to a lecture hall. If I'm driving on the street, I can't recite no hip hop songs right now. I don't know, I know the jams, you know, but I ain't in there reciting the lyrics. But if I put on one of them audio books, I can recite that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm listening to that, you know, with intent. I can repeat that. You know what I'm saying? I'm bobbing my head today. Oh, good to great. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, good to great, baby. Jim Collins, man. Read that. You know what I'm saying? The Alchemist, you know what I'm saying? Start something that matters. You know what I'm saying? That's the information I like jamming to. Because that's the life-changing stuff. When I be in the club and I be seeing people, they be knowing the words, I be like, man, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because you're using your brain power for the wrong things. You know, and it's not about you correcting those people that know the words or the lyrics because you need everybody in the world. I need people that know the Bible like the back of their hand. I don't. I believe in God, higher being, all that. But I don't know the Bible like my aunts. And so because I don't know the Bible like them, I'm not going to tell them to stop doing that because I know those blessings is probably why I'm getting what I'm getting. You know what I'm saying? Probably why I'm blessed by God, you know. But I'm going to come back and share what I learned just like they come back and share what they learned. So when they have Wednesday Bible studies and they talking about the Bible, I'm coming in talking about AI. You know what I'm saying? What's up, baby? Let's all share this information and get into heaven together and pay our tithes. You know what I'm saying? We're going to pay some more tithes because now we all know the importance of data. Even the pastor, bro. Pastor Everett, I almost put him to the side, right, and talk to him about the importance of data collection, even on the church level. You know, you can send affirmations to your church members. They might want to pay you to send a daily affirmation. They might want to pay you to send an affirmation once a week or once a month. You know, Bible verses, you know, automatically. You know what I'm saying? You might be in church, hey, text the word church to 881 for your chance to get saved. You know what I'm saying? And everybody in there is go start texting, right? He just said he had like 20-something people join the church, you know what I'm saying, virtually, you know? So it's a whole new world out here. And the strategies that I have in me that I haven't put in the ebook yet, or I haven't created a workbook yet. I just been applying them real time in my life. And so I just love talking about, you know, this information. And man, I want to shout you guys out because what I've seen, this is y'all, I'm 41. You know what I'm saying? I'm 41. Who the youngest person here?
18.
Okay, I'm 41, right? And so I know that in order to stay great, you got to learn 15 years up and then teach 15 years down. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm 40, anybody 55, 60, I need to be learning from them, getting the game from them. And then anybody that's younger than me, 25, right? I need to be learning from y'all, seeing what y'all doing and pouring into y'all. And so just to be in this environment, bro, I just want to say salute. You know what I'm saying? It's a big deal to be connecting these dots like this and seeing all this black excellence in it.
Hey, appreciate it. Hey, before we get into Q&A, I got one last question. It's going to be on leadership because you have to be a leader. You have multiple businesses.
Yeah.
And with that comes great responsibility. and with great responsibility, you need a great leader. So can you talk about, some of the things that you had to face with leadership, good and bad, and how can they apply that, to where they are, to be a better leader?
I think to be the leader that you want to see. You know what I'm saying? I had a bunch of jobs before I became an entrepreneur, founder, all that good stuff. And so I got a chance to go through a lot of HR and hiring processes, the onboardings, which is why our processes are so amazing. You know what I'm saying? Because I applied all of those practices. Like a lot of people, when it comes to leadership, they're the CEO of themselves. And so you don't want to be the CEO of yourself. You want to just basically build a team the right way. And I think when it comes to leadership, it's not about you. You know what I'm saying? It's about them. Everybody needs to be led different. A lot of people on my team, they do things for money. Some people do things because they want the praise and the awards from the community. Some people do things for time. You got to find what motivates the people around you and then lead them the way that they want to be led. There's a rule that says, the golden rule, I think, is treat people how you want to be treated, right? But that's not how you win. If you treat people how you want to be treated, somebody might punch you in the face. You know what I'm saying? Or they might not respond the way that you would want them to. And so the platinum rule is not to treat people how you want to be treated, but to treat people how they want to be treated. And that's a next level from treating people how you want to be treated, because everybody want to be treated differently. When I think about leadership, I think about investing the right way. When I started She's Happy Here with $800 and we started making the money, I was still riding around in a Lincoln Town Car for like 4 to 5 years as a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to pull up to my stores in a Phantom while I'm paying my team $12, $13 an hour. You know what I'm saying? Because they look at you different when they see it. The world treats you different when they see it. The only reason why people don't really know a lot about me is because I'm not loud and, boisterous about the success of the brand. I think as a leader, you're supposed to protect the brand, care about what you post today, tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta, everything matters. Like everything is in your hands as a leader. You know what I'm saying? But that's also why I'm not the CEO of none of my companies, because I already know my brand, right? I know I'm a comedian. I know I can step out of character at any point in time. You know what I'm saying? And so what I do strategically is I empower other people around me to be the CEO, right? So that way they can be that clean cut person. That's who Warren is. You know what I'm saying? If you look up She's Happy Here, the CEO of She's Happy Here, he dressed different. I don't dress, I ain't suited and booted everywhere. I ain't shaking hands and kissing babies, and you know what I'm saying? So you wanna create that teammate that can be you, but different. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna complement you as a leader. And so I just when it comes to leadership, bro, like I only hang around leaders, and if you're a follower, I'm gonna be able to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I don't really have too much on leadership, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I keep learning, keep growing. I lead by example. That's how I lead. I lead by example. When my stores, I like to be in my stores with the customers. I'm not in there as much now because things have gone remote. But before, I was in there motivating my team to go to college and learn more and do this and treat the team, the customers with 5-star service and all that. So it's just leading from the front versus the back. I see a lot of leaders, they lead from the office. I'm a military guy, so I've been out in the field. I don't want to be the leader telling you to go to war and then y'all coming back, telling me we lost 10, 12 people. I'm there with you, making sure that we ain't losing nobody. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of leader I am, and I think it's important for people to see what type of leader you are, because either they want to become that or they're going to find another leader to follow. You know what I'm saying? So,
and I think that's big because, like, we all want to be royalty, right? And so when we think about, those king and those queen days, shit, when they went, it was like they didn't want to go to war, because if they went to war, that means you had to go out there on the front line with your family first, and everybody else was behind you. So it was a little bit, cautious on going to war, because you don't want to go on the front line or with war. But now leadership might look like the White House, where you just got somebody sitting there and they just pressing a button and sending people out there.
Yeah.
That's not leadership, all right? Because when when they go out there and something happen to them, everything for you is still going on. So you guys have to lead from the front. All right. So we want to open it up for a few questions.
Real quick, I want to add something to the leadership side because people always ask me like, man, who's your mentor? You know what I'm saying? Who you? Nobody. I don't have one. I learn from everybody. I learn from the world. I learn from Earth. There's not a single person I can be like, man, I want to be like him. No, I want to be like her. There's not. You know, I think it's important to learn from everybody, but not follow anyone for too long because there's so much knowledge and information out here in the world that you want to be able to get it from everybody. But if you following one person or one thing for too long, you kind of end up following their dreams instead of your own. You know what I'm saying? So it's like church. I'm not a member of any church. I go to all the churches, all the mega churches in Houston. All the pastors know me because I'm in all the churches. I don't want to go to one church and learn from one pastor just one way. I want to learn all the ways and then create my own. You know, so I think it's important to add that on your leadership journey. When you are following and seeking leaders, don't find yourself sitting at the feet of one person for too long. Get up, go find another leader, become a student again, get up. You can circle back to all your favorite leaders, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, don't follow, you know what I'm saying, like forever because that's not your dream. When you follow the leader in the hood, you die. That's what happened in the hood. You know, you got the leaders of the gang and then the other gang members, you know, they following the leader, doing what they crash dummy and all that because you following somebody else's dreams and you follow them for too long, you end up dying. So I want to share that.
That's big. That's big. We got a question right here.
I'm wondering what things you do, your company does, that ensures, just differentiates your company from others post-sale with the customer journey.
Okay, post-sale. So even before we get to post-sale again, I'm going to go with the happy experience. So you walk in, we speaking to you, we introducing and educating you on the products. We wrapping the bundles after, you know, before purchase while we educating you on the products. We pitching the products at the register. We making sure we collect your data strategically. I shared this on the last podcast, but it's important to, at the register in a brick and mortar location, to ask for the phone number first. Because if you ask for the email, the poor customer service starts right there. Because now instead of just asking for the email and typing it in, I got to ask you how to spell it. I got to ask you, is it Yahoo or Gmail or AOL? And all that is like those touch points. It's poor customer service. People didn't come to communicate that to you. They came to buy from you and give you some money. So you want to make that as seamless as possible. But phone number, email, and then name strategically for that reason at the register. Then when upon transaction, we're walking the bags around the counter. So no customers in my stores are handed the bag over the countertop. I think we got that from like Dior or Louis or something like that. But when you purchase, you spend $200-300 on any product, that's hard-earned money. That's a lot of bread, right? And so we want to take that purchase and walk it around to you and thank you for coming versus like handing it over and be like, all right, peace out. You know, because that little piece of customer service experience, they remember that. Everybody's handing them bags over the counter. Some people not even handing it to them. They just like, you know, stuff right here. And so when you go above and beyond, you can request the 5-star reviews. You know what I'm saying? And so when we get those 5-star reviews, again, you go look on Google right now, it's every day. You know what I'm saying? They coming in. And it's strategic because customers are on Google checking out your product and service or your brand prior to even coming to your store. So when it comes to post-purchase, right? Oh, and there's more on the happy experience. So another piece of the happy experience is we got what we call a 10-minute rule. 10-minute rule. So what's your favorite fast food spot? Okay, give me a department store. Nordstrom's. So Nordstrom's probably close at 9 p.m., right? And so a lot of brands, when they're open for operations, let's say they close at 9 p.m. If your team don't have the energy that you have as the founder or the CEO or the business owner, then they closing at 8:55. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so what I didn't want to do was pull up to Panda Express, which is what I did one day. I put up to Panda Express by 8:58, and then they started hitting me with the neck. You know what I'm saying? Boys hit me with that. We closed. I'm like, y'all ain't got no more rice and teriyaki for your boy? You know what I'm saying? They like, and so I'm really mad though, because I didn't red lights to get here before 9 p.m. And I know that I got satellite time on my phone, you know what I'm saying? So it say 8:58, I'm all on that. What the fuck, you know what I'm saying? So I'm salty, right? And so what that taught me was, hey, let's not put our customers through that. And so we have what you call a 10-minute rule. So 10 minutes before we open, at 11 o'clock, we're really open at 10:50 a.m. So if it's customers sitting outside in the front waiting to give us some money, we let them give us some money right now. You know what I'm saying? We go out there, knock on the window, 10:50. Hey, come on in. We don't open till 11, but clearly you here, you excited to give us some money. We want you to do that. You know what I'm saying? So come on in. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the beginning, right? And so we get a chance to tell that particular customer or two that was there early, hey, leave us a 5-star review, and they do. They leave us an amazing review after that 10-minute service that they receive before we even open. And so the 10-minute rule is also when we close. We apply to closing too. So if we close at 6 and it's people driving, fighting through traffic, same concept, right? You fighting through traffic and you get there at 5:58 and they, doing this, instead of us being closed, we remain open 10 minutes early and 10 minutes later. And I think that's important. We always get a lot of customers that show up driving out of town. They try to get there before we close, and they running up to the door at 6:01. We're like, no, we open, you good, come on. You know what I'm saying? Come give us some money. Because some employees, some team members, they not happy about the money coming. I'm like, man, if the phone is ringing, there's money calling, you need to answer it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the energy from the happy experience. Now, post-purchase, if you're not getting the reviews at the register with a QR code or something like that, then you need to have that automatically happening in your post-purchase. That should be the first thing you're doing. You got reviews, you got testimonies. You shouldn't be having just written testimonies, which you can use those too, but you should have video testimonies now. It's 2023, you know what I'm saying, 2024. So you should have video testimonies. People should want to send you product. People should be tagging you. You should be asking them to tag you. All those things that you need to move your brand forward, that's what should be happening automatically post-purchase. I already know, not just from our welcome series and on the website, the first 10 to 20 emails, but I already know what the email's gonna say after the purchase. You know what I'm saying? And so you want to keep that conversation going. You want to upsell. It's just that's when the relationships start. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can get money one time. I know so many people that jumped into a lot of industries and they made money one time. It's that post-purchase conversation that's going to separate the boys from the men. You know what I'm saying? And so you want to keep that conversation going and make sure that they are only thinking about you when they're thinking about your product or your service. Testimonies, reviews, I wish I could show you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm sure I can. So just if you text Marcus, that's my name, Marcus, Marcus, to 888-111, I had these Zoom calls, and then I can show you the tools I'm using, and I show you my flows. Because again, I sell hair, but the strategies that I'm using in my flows, anybody can use in your industry. Whether you got a product or a service, I don't care what it is. You might not say the exact same thing, but you can get inspired by the conversation that's being had digitally. So, but that's super important. When the mask came out, everybody made money during COVID, with the mask, with the rhinestone mask, with the glitter mask, with the black and white mask. I'd have been the only person emailing and texting those mask purchasers and introducing my new mask. Like, hey, bro, your mask is old. Your breath stink now. Your mask it used to be white, now it's brown. You know what I'm saying? It's time for a new one, And I would have been so knee deep in the mask branding that I'd have known, like, if you purchase a mask from me, that in a week or two, you need another one. And if in a week or two, you need another one, or in a couple of days, you need another one, then that means I can email you more frequently. Because depending on the sales cycle, that determines how often you can message your customer. My customers spend, $290 at the register, maybe twice a year. So I don't need to, be in their inbox every day. But when I studied the lash industry, I flew to China to go get I flew all over China to go get stuff. If you want to get something, go over there, go get it, come back with it. Don't be trying to negotiate with them people from over here. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, you're not gonna get the best deal. Go to the Canton Fair, and go get whatever you want to get and come back and sell it online. I was making a point. Oh, the email marketing, sales cycle. So I flew to China to go get lashes because I knew that my customers, if they like bundles and hair extensions, lace and frontals, they go like the lashes. And so before I studied the industry, I got a chance to see who was already online winning. I looked up Lily's Hair, a company called Glamnetics, and I subscribed to their newsletters and emails to see what they were saying to their customers to get them to buy lashes from them for $30. I didn't know lashes cost $30. You know what I'm saying? Ladies, how much lashes cost? No, but to give not the individuals, the strips. How much do strips cost? Somebody tell me. $5. Y'all hear? You see what I'm saying? I'm from the hood. So if I see somebody winning off lashes and selling them for 30, I'm like, I only need a dime. You know what I'm saying? I don't need the 30, I just need 10. You know what I'm saying? I just need 15. If they selling them for $40 for lashes, one lash box is $40. I'm like, oh, they overpricing the market around this piece, right? So I fly to China and come back with a bunch of lashes, but instead of me selling what I think I should sell, I have an event called the Happy Experience, because everything is a happy experience, right? The experience in the store, the event that we have for casting calls and all that. We have an event called the Happy Experience, and at that event, we ask all of those customers, which lash style should we carry? Out of these 20, 25, which 4 should we carry? And they tell us, and then we carry those 4 to 5 lashes and just watch the money come in. Now, on the sales cycle, because it's lashes and people take the lashes off and you wear them every day, or if you own a breakfast spot and it's food and you got to eat every day, you can email your customer or your potential customer every day, and they won't unsubscribe because they expect you to be the go-to for breakfast. They expect you to be the only person they think about when they think about lashes that they need and they wear every day, that they taking off every day. But if it's not a product that they need every day and you messaging them every day, they're going to unsubscribe on your ass. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be like, hey, man, get up out of here with all that. I'm tired of seeing these messages. You're not sending any value to me. Every time you talk to me, you're trying to get some money from me. And that's the worst thing you can do to people. You want to educate them. I was telling the team yesterday, a lot of our emails are educational emails. We got blogs and stuff. It's not always like, give me some money. It's a with them. It's always something that's in it for them and not just something that's in it for us. So that's what a with them is. What's in it for me. But,
That's
yeah.
big.
So I heard you mention CRM a lot. Could you go into depth about what that is and how to actually develop it?
A customer relationship management tool. Learn it as if your life depended on it. Your family tree gonna love you. If you should be the expert at CRMs. You ain't got to do it. You just need to know the strategies. You could pay other people to do it, or you can learn how to do it. I learned how to do it because I didn't want to depend on the people around me to determine how upward my life was gonna go. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like, man, I gotta wait till this person create my emails and all this other stuff to make some money. If this person call in sick right before Black Friday, I can't make no money. Nah, hell no. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to CRMs, you want to learn how to do it, learn how to use them. Again, the customer relationship management tool is going to allow you to do what she asks. Have that conversation before they purchase, have that conversation during the purchase, have that conversation after the purchase, all automatically. You know what I'm saying? Without pressing send. And so the best CRMs allow you to email, text, and house your data. And they also come with a short code. Now, some CRMs only gonna come with one of those. You know what I'm saying? And so you want to find a CRM that can do all of those things and more. And then that's what you go lean into. The CRMs I like offer a short code and not a long code. Like if you got a text, which they have the CRMs that got the regular phone numbers and the 1-800 numbers and stuff. But if I'm up here saying, hey, text the word happy to 1-800-973-3650, y'all ain't gonna remember that. That's why I say short code, long money. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a part of your CRM. That's a part of you growing your customer list and making sure that you have a CRM that you're investing in, but you also have customers on there that you're talking to that can potentially give you some money, right? And so when it comes to CRMs, I think all CRMs are not created equal. I like Klaviyo. I like all the CRMs. I feel like any tool that allows you to talk to people that's not in front of you is a win. Because there's too many of us just only talking to people in the oxygen world. So if you have a tool that allows you to talk to one-to-many instead of one-to-one, then that's a win. Klaviyo, and another piece on the CRMs is any POS system you have, Square, Clover, Shopify. They're all CRMs. Now, even though they're CRMs, they don't have the best tools on their platform. So that's why Shopify got all these other tools that's on Shopify. So if you emailing your customers from Shopify using the Shopify platform, it might not be the best communication or platform for you. That's why people got MailChimp. Some people got Shopify and MailChimp. Some people got WordPress and Klaviyo or, and Constant Contact and so a lot of these tools that I use when it comes to data, I'm collecting data everywhere in case someone unsubscribes over here. So let me give you an example. This big, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So in store, they purchase on with our Clover POS. Those same customers that purchase on Clover, you know, they're added to the Shopify, right? And then from the Shopify, I also add them to SlickText, which is my preferred SMS platform, right? And so when I'm sending these messages to people, let's say I send out a Klaviyo email and somebody unsubscribed from there, I'm not that sad because I still got you over here. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I said something from you on this platform that you ain't like. And so I'm never gonna say that again. Whatever I sent you that one time to make the money leave, I'm never gonna say that again. But I'm gonna go on this platform and try and make it up to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to say something different to get you to move the way I want you to move. And one of the things that we did, which this year is Sheila Jackson Lee ran for office. And I hate that she lost. She's a congresswoman. She's historical. And she's one of the most historical black women right now, still living, walk around Earth, making change for us. We know what Juneteenth is because of her, you know what I'm saying, type stuff, some of us, right? And so with that being said, she ran for mayor. She lost. One of the reasons why she lost is because it was her competitor hooked up with the Houston Rockets. So Timothy Fertitta owns the Rockets, right? So Timothy Fertitta is the owner of the Rockets, Maestros, Papados. He owned a lot of things, right? But he also owned all that data. And so whoever he's campaigning behind, that's how you gonna compete with the Rockets. You know what I'm saying? The Houston Rockets, Toyota Center, got all the data from the entire city. So all he doing is creating an e-blast and saying, vote for him. We can't compete with that, right? And so what I did years ago when Hillary was running against Trump, I created a nice little blast for my female database, right? For my customers, right? I'm like, man, we need to get Hillary in office, women empowerment, all that. And I sent out a blast and told all my customers, don't forget to vote. I ain't tell them who to vote for. I had like 5,000 unsubscribers because that's not what they joined my list for. They didn't join my list to be told who to vote for, or I'm not a campaign, I'm not on the trail, right? And so I'm not saying that I wouldn't do it again. I'm saying just do it different, because I care enough about the community enough to where I don't mind sending that blast again just to see if they go be mobilized and vote from my blast. I don't want to just sit back and not talk to the people and tell them who to vote for or tell them what to do. I'll take that chance, but while you're taking that chance, you want to make sure you got that data on those other platforms. So if you are on your political shit, you know what I'm saying, and they unsubscribe, the money is still over here somewhere and you can still communicate to them when Black Friday rolls around. The best CRMs, I like SlickText again. They need to pay me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no affiliate or nothing.
Hey, we gotta get the sponsorship,
You know
man,
what I'm
after this
saying?
video.
Yeah, SlickText need to go and come on with it. Because the thing is, it's about growing your list year round, but not always over communicating year round. I was sharing with the guys yesterday, in my industry, I created the forecast. My team, She's Happy Here, Team She's Happy Here, we created the forecast in the industry. So for prom and graduation, which is in May and June, 3 months later is June, July, August, something like that. Then it's back to school season. So back to school season, prom, graduation, Black Friday sale, and then income tax season. Those are 4 cycles in my industry that we created, right? And so we already know, like, customers are expecting to spend a lot of money for graduation and prom, a lot of money for back to school, a lot of money during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and a lot of money during income tax season because everybody got, you know what I'm saying? So we already know that. Knowing that, when it comes to text, we were only sending text messages during those sales cycles. We don't want to send out text messages on a Wednesday for no reason and see if the money come or go. You know what I'm saying? Some people do. The Fashion Novas, the Sheens, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know these brands, go subscribe to their emails and newsletters to see what they saying to people to get some money from them, right? But they in your inbox and your text messages every day. And so instead of us doing that every day, I like to grow my list in between those sales cycles. And then when I look around and it's Black Friday season, I got like 150,000 people to talk to at one time. That's exciting to me. But if I'm risking it throughout the season, then I got a few people unsubscribing here and unsubscribing there. So I just let it build up in between those sales cycles, and then I just mash mode with the SMS. Email is, it's hit and miss with emails. We got like 2 emails going out, once a week, bi-weekly, whatever. But again, it's not all offers. But again, CRM, I would look up which CRM is best for your industry. Like some people cut hair. They got like book seeing, style seat, and all that. I don't like those CRMs. You know what I'm saying? The ones that allow you to use a platform, but I feel like they still go do something with your data too. So I think it's best for you to create your own domain, collect your own data, because if you logging in the style sheet and you using their CRM like for the rest of your life, then you know what I'm saying, you kind of growing their list and growing their business versus your own. But yeah.
Last question we got.
What's one of the first things that you automated in your business?
The customer conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, the customer conversation, the way we hire, you know, the onboarding process, the new hire docs. You know, when you bring somebody in your team, you got to tell them what the culture is, the mission, values, the core values. You know, they need to know the handbook. You know what I'm saying? The policies, the expectations, what's tolerated, what's celebrated. You know, what we don't tolerate. You got to, and so I don't like repeat myself. So you got to automate that. You got to automate that introduction to the customer or your team member, unless you just want to keep repeating yourself. So all those things I would be automating. I would automate. It depends on what industry you're in. What, you know, if you clothes and all that, just automate the conversation. You know, because that's where the money at. I would automate wherever the money's at. That's what I would focus on automating first. You know what I'm saying?
I got one more like off that. So would it be like making a video for them to watch? Is that like automated?
You can do that, but you can do it so many ways. So when I say automate, I mean like stop repeating yourself.
Streamline your process.
Yeah. Stop repeating yourself. So like if I'm having a conversation to somebody about a dream or a vision or an idea, I can record it. So I'm having that conversation, I'm gonna record it, and then when I record it, I'm gonna send it to my VA and be like, hey, transcribe this, you know what I'm saying? And then when they transcribe it, I can tell them, put in the bullet points, you know, make this to a proposal. And now, instead of me saying what I said, now I can send what I said to a lot of people. And now instead of me saying what's expected here, they can hear what's expected here by watching the video, or they can read what's expected here by reading over, and then they can sign off on it. You know, knowing and saying like, okay, I know, you know, I got the rules and regulations. This is the way we do things here. And that way you can kind of hit the ground running in unison versus having to stop and be like, didn't I tell you to, you know, hey, you supposed to, you know what I'm saying? And because that slows you up. When you're a leader, you already know what needs to be done. They just got to know, you know, and so you don't want to repeat that every time you get a new face in front of you. When you get a new customer, I don't want to tell people we're the #1 virgin hair supplier in America every day. You know what I'm saying? I love saying it, but I'm saying like, I don't want to be telling people like this. I want the conversation to be had digitally. You know, I don't want to tell people that we got Brazilian body wave, Peruvian, Malaysian, Indian hair, and all type of other hair in stock when I can tell a lot of people digitally. And that's what the automation is, bro. It's like basically if you don't automate your life, somebody will. We're all in the matrix right now. We all in the matrix. If you receive an email or a text, you in the matrix. Everybody, if TV commercials, right? When you watch a TV, you in the matrix. When you hear a radio ad, you in the matrix. I teach people to create their own matrix. So that way you can make some money instead of giving them some money for the rest of your life. So that's what I mean by automate. You want to automatically have conversations with people that's not in front of you and get them to do exactly what you want them to do. That's what I mean by automate.
Big. Hey, everybody give him a round of applause. We appreciate you, big dog. Thank you.